The filter-free diary. Uh,
Good morning. It's 9:53 and this is the second day of my period. And yeah, I'm just can't wait to get it over with. Gosh. I'm not saying that. Okay, so shit, what was it? Oh yeah, health. I forgot what we were supposed to talk about because it said a thing and it kind of blew my mind. Okay, so I'm gonna say a thing and it's gonna sound like a confession, but remember, this is not how I confess. How I confess involves a lot more tears and like usually I don't understand. Dot dot dot. I don't understand. Dot dot dot. Yeah, that's how I confess. I'm like, this is so. Anyways, so this is well, this is why I do things a little bit differently than you might expect, because you know what? I'm not bound by the same understanding you are. Okay. I did not mean for this to start off with an insult. So when I was little, yeah, start off with a story, right? Gosh. So when I was little, I noticed people got sick a lot. And I guess the other side of that coin, the perception of everybody else would be, wow, she never gets sick. But when you're a kid, you think, you know, you're the norm and you think everybody else is just weird. Like, this is how it works for me. What is up with all of them? And yes, why? Because your perspective is so small. It's so small just like you, and that's okay. So anyways, so yeah, I used to think people got sick a lot. And then as I got older, I realized, yeah, I don't really get sick. I don't really get sick. And that's great. Because when I was little, I was pretty sure I was going to have to grow up to be a doctor. Why? Because I realized I'm like inside this squishy suit, and this squishy suit is not impenetrable. People be dying all the time. At least, you know, if you watch the news, that's what you might think. People be dying all the time. But actually, in America, people are born more often than they die. Go figure. But anyways, so I was always kind of wondering, you know, how I can preserve this thing. Because just because I didn't get sick didn't mean, you know, I couldn't break a leg. I couldn't, you know, get pinched between a car and a wall, or who the fuck knows. People be finding themselves in the weirdest fucking situations. A drunk driver hits you, and guess what? Yeah, you might be done. What the fuck? So I was pretty sure I was gonna have to be a doctor, and that's what I went for. And I was always fascinated by biology anyways. Honestly, I'm fascinated by anything that is science-based to make sense. Like if you can ask a question and then perform an experiment, yes. Then I'm all for it. And you know what? You can do that with everything in the whole wide world. Every fucking thing. So everything's a science, and yeah, everything's a science. So anyways, biology, that was my thing. And then chemistry, that was a whole lot of numbers, but that was the numbers that made the biology make sense. Because you could be like, yeah, there's a vacuole and the cell is, you know, getting rid of some byproducts, but how much byproducts? How much did it take in? How much did it break down? How much energy did it get out of that process? I needed to know those things, and that's the chemistry side of it. And before my dork gets out of control, what I will tell you is I didn't end up being a doctor. I ended up going into data science, go figure. But what I did do is I completely understand how the human body works, and a lot of animal bodies too, and fish bodies, and we never really got to birds. But anyways, I do understand how a lot of that stuff works, and so and so when COVID came around, and there were reports of people dying, but no one in my immediate circle died. No one I even knew really caught COVID. No one I knew caught COVID until much, much later, after, all the vaccinations. And yeah, I did not get vaccinated. But the reason I didn't get vaccinated is because I didn't get sick. And I didn't get sick because I've got a really strong life force coursing through me like the asshole I am. Anyways. So no, I didn't get a COVID vaccine. And the reason I didn't get one is not only do I not get sick and did I not get sick, but I realized they started messing with changing your RNA. Not only that, there's a couple companies out there that want to mess with the coding of your body, and you're letting them. I just can't do that. I don't even want to give you my fingerprints, let alone a DNA sample, and now you think I'm going to let you splice me? Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't trust you. Not only do I not trust you, I don't even think you're doing it for my best interest. Why? Because I'm looking around at everything I see in the world and I'm just like, no. And that was my answer. And I don't feel a way about it. I just have to share that and let you know. And that's why. Have a good morning.